Hey y'all, my name's Owen Knight. I'm Assistant Director of Admission here at Tulane, and with classes coming to a close and summer coming up, we thought we would give you our top 3 tips for things you can do this summer to help out your college application process. So tip number 1 is to make the most out of your time. And by making most out of your time, I mean you should explore your passions this summer. You should do things that you want to do. I think a lot of high schoolers feel like that they need to work in a lab, work at a restaurant, be captain of a sports team, work at an old folks home, play music at Carnegie Hall, and like be a superhero. I'm here to tell you that you do not need to do all of those things. Collectively, we want your class that comes to Tulane to have representation from a lot of different activities, a lot of different types of people, but you as a person do not need to be everything. Just be who you are. So if that's working at a sports camp, if that's doing music, if that's traveling, if that's getting an internship, all of those things are wonderful things to do. If you can't get a fancy internship on Wall Street, you are not at a disadvantage. Working at Subway, playing sports, doing all those things, whatever you want to do, that is totally okay. So just be yourself, and I promise it'll work out. So tip number 2 is to visit schools over the summer. You know, it's a fantastic time to visit because you've got so much free time. You're able to go on those road trips, you're able to fly somewhere, but you can be a little bit more strategic about that by starting local. So visiting different types of colleges. So small liberal arts schools, state schools, urban campuses, different types of institutions to get a feel for what you like and what you don't like. Because for me, I did this road trip with my parents. We left Maryland, we drove for days and looked at like 8 schools in the span of a week. We ended up all the way down at my grandma's house in Alabama. And there were some schools where I hated it the minute I stepped foot on campus. And I realize now that I didn't need to drive 8 hours to discover that I didn't like urban campuses. I could have gone 15 minutes from my house to learn that. And you can do that exploration, that research close to your house before you go on a big visit. Summer is also kind of a tricky time to visit because there are fewer people on campus, so you're going to want to be strategic and put in a little legwork before you visit by emailing admissions offices, reaching out to current students, and trying to make the most out of your time on campus. Because the worst thing you can do is visit and see nobody and not get a feel for what the school is like. So here at Tulane, for example, we've got student interns working the desk all summer, students giving tours, and if you email us ahead of time, we'll be able to get you in touch with somebody. So do a little research before you decide to visit a place and make the most of your time on your summer visit. The third tip is to start thinking about your essays. And I don't want to assign you summer homework, but really this can be in your best interest and make your life so much easier when August rolls around and the Common App opens up. Something my mom did, she actually wrote out a composition notebook of different essay prompts for me to work on. She would throw it at me when I got home from football practice and make me write a little bit of an intro of an essay. It was only a couple paragraphs, but really thinking about different prompts and how you want to present yourself can be really beneficial. When you're thinking about what you want to write for your college essay, my biggest advice is to write what you want to write. Don't force yourself into a prompt, and going off what Morgan said in her video, don't do something that, 24 other kids in your class can write about. Be yourself. It always breaks my heart when I read an essay and it feels like an English paper. It feels boring, it feels stale. You want your essay to come to life and convey your personality, and think of it like we're having a conversation. I think those things will make your college essay writing process so much easier. So there you have it. Those are our top 3 tips. I think if you spend a little bit of time this summer thinking about those things, it'll make your college application process a lot more enjoyable. I hope you have a wonderful summer. I hope to see some of you visiting our campus this summer. Good luck with everything, and roll wave.